Hey my Patreon friends, welcome back to Colonial Girl Liz. Before I get into today's video, make sure to comment, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on your post notifications so you get notified when I post a new video. Post every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Thanks for 18 subscribers. Please get me to 1K subscribers. Let's get started with today's video. So today, there's this topic I really want to talk with you guys about. A lot of you guys probably know what divorce is. I know what divorce is. I went through one in 2016. I was 9. So, yeah, I know what divorce is. Divorce is not easy. It's hard. But basically, let me bring you through the cut. Like, not the cut. Not literally. But yeah. So, what's been going on is I've gone through divorce before. It's not easy. It's hard. I fortunately live with my mother because something bad happened with my dad in 2019 that I can't discuss. But yeah, it's been over 2 years since I've seen him. I can't really discuss it. Anyway, just put my phone down on the mantle, my living room. Anyway, what happened was I was able to see my dad, and you know, the judge said, oh, you need to my father. He's like, oh, I wasn't there, I was in school, but I was in the 4th grade when it happened. He was like, oh, you need to move out to my dad. And my dad didn't want that to happen. My dad wanted us to move out. And this is not the place where I used to live. I used to live 5 minutes away from here in the same town. Anyway, still in Massachusetts, but in the same town. I'm not going to say where I live in Massachusetts, but all I'll say is I live in the state of Massachusetts. Anyway, so what happened was the judge told my dad that he needed to move out. Did my dad like that? No. Where was my dad going to go? Where was he going to stay? Where was he going to live? Well, luckily, my grandmother from where I used to live lived 5 minutes down the street from us. Not my mother's parents, but my father's mother. Anyway, she lived 5 minutes down the street from where we used to live. 5-10 minutes down the street. Anyway, right? So he moved in there. And he had already been living there, but he's like, where he had already been living at his mother's house, which is my grandmother's house. So he's like, in the meantime, where am I gonna live, right? He had to live there until August 2019 when I moved out of the house into this condo. It was a 5-minute drive. By the time I moved out, I remember that day. My mother picked me up from summer camp and we moved into this condo, right? Well, what happened was we didn't know what was going to happen with my dad. We thought it was just going to be a normal relationship, but no, it was not. It was horrible. It was terrifying, right? Even when I was able to see my dad, again, I can't expose this information for legal reasons because I do not want it all over the internet. He wanted to see me. And again, I was able to see him for like years. Eventually, something happened, and then I was like, what the heck is going on here? Because, you know, when your parents get divorced, you're like, who do I want to live with? Do I want to live with mommy? Do I want to live with daddy? Do I want to live with both of them? I want to live with both of them. But then my dad's like, if we were divorced, who would you live with? I'm like, I would live with you. He's like, no, you wouldn't. He's like, you wouldn't be able to. You could come and visit me, but you wouldn't be able to. I'm like, what? I said, Daddy, what do you mean? He's like, well, here's the thing. Your mother and I, we haven't loved each other in a while, so we're thinking on getting divorced. I'm like, you're thinking on getting divorced? He's like, yeah. So why didn't you tell me this? He's like, because we didn't want to make you feel bad. We want you to like go on with your normal life. We don't want to make you cry because we love you. We really love you. Mommy and I love you a lot. and you're our daughter, and we'll always love you. The only thing we have in common right now is you. We haven't loved each other in a while. I'm like, what do you mean you haven't loved each other in a while? Of course you have. You're together. He's like, no, we haven't. And I said, Dad, what? I said, Daddy, why? He's like, well, Liz, here's the thing. We've been just like, we've just been like fighting a lot, and he's like, I think it's time that we separate. He's like, it's unfortunate, but he's like, it has to happen. I'm sorry. But he's like, we still love you. I'm like, why? I'm like, I said, you love me, but you don't love each other. I was confused. I didn't understand what divorce was at the time until I actually heard that my parents had gotten divorced. Once my mother picked me up from school, from aftercare, right? I said, oh, Mom, how was your day? She's like, it was good. I'm like, what do you mean it was just good? She's like, well, your father and I'm like, you can tell me. We got divorced. I'm like, you got divorced? And she's like, yeah. She's like, we didn't want to tell you because we didn't want to make you sad. We just want you to go to school and think it was a normal school day. I'm like, you guys are officially divorced? She's like, yeah. She's like, we're not in the same family, but she's like, you are in both of our families. You can consider us all one family, but we're not all one family anymore. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. She's like, you can ask your father about it. I'm like, why? And so it's just, at that time, I felt like, well, what did I have to do with this? Why am I the reason? She's like, no, you're not the reason. She's like, Daddy and I haven't loved each other in a couple years, or in a year, or within the past couple months, and so we decided that it would be best if we got divorced. But she's like, obviously, we still love you. That's the only thing we have in common now is you. But that's all for today's video. Make sure to comment, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on your post notifications so you get notified when I post a new video. I post every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Peace out, my Patriot friends. Just keep subscribing, hitting that bell button. You guys are awesome. Peace out, my Patriot friends. I love you.